only mic problems, right? That we just said. So, shut up. Okay. So earlier, Cam had you guys greet the person next to you, right?
Yeah.
There's been some thickening of the crowd, and there's been some changing of seats. So if the same person sitting next to you, see if you can remember their name. And if there's a new person, meet them right now. Go ahead and do that real quick. You got that name? Everybody got a name? Everybody you remember that name? Alright, cool. So for some of you see me here, you know some of my poetry, and this is a little different. For me, I believe that there's a time for everything, right? There's a time for being happy and laughing. There's a time for mourning. There's a time for jumping around. There's a time for just sitting back and chilling. There's a time to be lighthearted and there's a time to get weighty. And I'm going to be vulnerable with you. But what I ask is, in return, after I'm done, you would share with the person that you just talked to how you feel about what I just said. Not like that poem was good, that poem was bad, but like this is how I relate and this is how I don't relate. I challenge you to do that. Because I'm being vulnerable with you, so be vulnerable back with the people now. Cool? Alright, let's do this. I wish that I could sit under the night sky with city lights keeping me company until my eyes would just give up on me. I wish that I could sit on skyscrapers and scrape the stars from the depths of darkness and pull them into my own galaxy. I wish that I could sit on city stoops and watch car lights blaze by while they pass numerous soul-tied stories that will never be spoken or listened to. I wish that I could stop thinking about thinking the thoughts that I have now and be satisfied in the things my mind registers as sight. And I wish that my wishes were not spewed out of a place of discontentedness, but they are. I wish that I could tell you that my heart is a garden that was ready for the harvest, but the honest truth is crows have infested this land. The scarecrow that once stood now stands scared. And I wish that I could tell you that the twiddling of my thumbs was just something to keep my hands busy. But the honest truth is I've seen my hands grab hold of dark vices in the caverns of my heart, and I'm too afraid of what they might find next. I wish that I could tell you that I've always cared more about you than me. But the honest truth is this world lies and lies, and I have trouble believing anyone really cares about how I am. So if nobody else does, I have to. And I wish that I could tell you how I feel without writing these poems. But the honest truth is no one sits and stares long enough into these glazed over eyes to see that I don't cry. But there was a screaming voice inside that I've been trying to rock to sleep for months, but he just won't let things go. I wish these words were not true. And I wish that I could find that deep rest that everyone seemed to talk about, but the closest thing I could find was this thing called depressed. And I choose to find, and to choose my words wisely, I hate it. And I heard this saying once that says, fake it till you make it, but the phrase loses meaning when you don't know where you're going. I'm really more of an optimist. But the glass stopped being half full when I realized it was cracked. And I have so many thoughts that sometimes I imagine a world with no intentions. And just because becomes our premise, and most everything is acceptable and nobody's offended, I get frustrated when I feel like this imaginary world finds itself in my presence. I wish conviction was something that defined how we live, rather than describing our formal judgment of our guilty peers. And I wish grace was something that we practiced, rather than a far-off attribute of God that we felt worthy of receiving. And I wish we would stop slandering love by calling her blind. Because to love us means to know our imperfections and still pursue our ungrateful hearts. And I wish that sometimes I didn't get lost in dark places. But in retrospect, I'm grateful. Because it's the dark places that have given me perspective on the light. And I wish I could gather my thoughts better than I have. But my best attempts still fail to capture the beauty of our brokenness. And I wish And I wish I could motivate you to stay up late at night and write. Just long enough to help you contemplate the things that make you nervous of believing or even speaking out loud. But I can't. That's up to you. Thank you.